I want to learn body jars. I want to learn body jars and bowls. I'm also going to break in some new Last Resort shoes. Got the VM3 high top suedes. They're some of my favorite shoes ever. Super hype. I'm going to break those in. And I also brought some of my old pairs of shoes, some old New Balances just for knee sliding. Brought my knee pads, my helmet. I'm the old man. Brought my whole setup today. So yeah, hopefully I can learn body jars. That's the goal. Also, I want to try to learn how to stall inverts better, like backside inverts. I learned them on this ramp, kind of big wall behind me type of thing. First things first, let's get warmed up, break in the shoes a little bit, and then we'll try learning some tricks. I learned inverts right here, actually. So this wall right here, yeah, it took me months to learn inverts on. So Matthew's got the Andrex. With Andrex growing, you grab melon, but you can't do the mute grab. I didn't even know that I was even grabbing mute. I think I just did it whatever way was natural at first. So like everyone has their different like ways of grabbing. It's like whatever works most naturally, I feel like you should learn first. So yeah. Now I want to try to like actually stall some in the deep end. I'm gonna get my knee pads on because yeah, knee pads allow me to bail and just try it over and over and over because God knows I don't like to just commit. Battery is like constantly overheating. That means I got excuses every day for like making short videos, but made it to one. I'm happy. I want to get some more though. I need to get them like consistently. I just need to do them more. It's like one of those tricks where I like neglect doing it for a long time. This is a good bowl. I need to do a couple more. The camera's really hot, so I'm gonna like pull down. Hopefully I can stall it, get a couple stalls, and then hopefully our friend over here is he's gonna try to get the indirect. He's having a hard time getting speed.
I got it right here.
Where I feel like I get too much speed almost. Day 2, round 2. Gonna learn body jars today. That's the goal. I got a little distracted yesterday with inverts, backside inverts. I only got a few. I was hyped on them. But yeah, today I want to work on body jars. Also, I want to talk about like the certain obstacles that you learn transition tricks on, because I think that's really important. Something that normally you don't think about, but I really think about this very, very often. Like I'll go to a certain park, out of the way, certain spots to learn certain tricks because they can induce you learning it a lot easier. I'll get into that, but we need some backside airs just to warm up, work myself into those body jars, hopefully. I have made videos in the past on how to backside air, so I won't go too much into details of that. Where I think it's really helpful for backside airs and lean to tail, they did the same thing, is you want to go and grab your nose and like scrape your tail a little bit, just like backside kick turn, scrape your tail, and then eventually you want to do some backside ollies. Then it's the combination of those. You just basically want to bring your board to your hand. That is the one thing that I think took me a long time to figure out, is bringing my board to my hand, which gets me into the next kind of point that I want to get at. It's a lot about the obstacle, because if your obstacle has more vert on it, chances are if you're lifting your board's going to get closer to your hand. So something that's really steep is going to be a lot easier to do airs on, body jars, lean to tails. So that's the next thing I need to figure out, is what obstacle to start trying this body jar on. The other thing that I realized when trying those backside airs just now is that I have to figure out how to go more straight up and down. So with backside airs, you're kind of just doing like a kick turn, imagining the wall is still there. With the body jar, I don't know how to do it, but based off like the backside airs that I did, I think I'm gonna have to go more straight up and down to really get that motion to get into my tail. If I go too sideways, I'm not gonna be able to like turn it sharper. So going straight up and down, I think I'm gonna get a sharper turn. Probably goes for lean to tail as well. So you don't wanna draw it out. With backside airs, you really draw it out. Now the other thing you gotta think about is how you're gonna get to the obstacle. So as much as I wanna skate this, here, I'll show you how steep it is so you can just get a better idea. See what I'm saying? Like look at how steep it is on the edge here. Like this little area. it's really gonna kick you into the air. The disadvantage to this obstacle is like, how do I get there? There's not really a good line to there where like there's a very clear line to this flat wall over here, so it would be easier to get to it. However, it's gonna be a little bit scarier. So I'm gonna figure out how to get to this. I think I'm just gonna roll straight in and get to it. But yeah, figuring out the obstacle to learn your trick on and figuring out the line to get there is like half the battle. All right, that is the best one so far. Not great. I wouldn't even consider that body jar, actually. I'm pretty sure body jar, you have to like actually backside air, catch air, and then land on your tail. I want to talk through some of the things that are going through my head mentally right now as I'm learning this, progressing. I do feel like I'm getting closer. I feel like I'm gonna get a good one today. Hopefully, we'll see. But the one thing that's definitely helping, or actually I should say, the one thing I'm struggling with right now, as you can see, is I'm landing on the deck and then falling backwards onto the deck. So I think what I really need to adjust with this part of the process is committing more into the transition. However, it's scarier. I am noticing the other thing that's an advantage, also scarier, but it's helping me, is actually catching a little bit of air. So instead of just like churning right into it, which I thought would be easier to figure out and then catching the air, I think catching a little bit of air is actually allowing me to get it better into the tail. So you kind of got to trust it sometimes. You almost have to like imagine you can do the trick just like you see it when like a professional skater does it. Almost do it and try it in that way, and it actually works a lot better. So sometimes I baby step. I'm trying to just like churn right into it. It's not working as good, so airing into it is working a lot better. Now I got to try to figure out how to keep myself in the inside, not on the deck. I think it's just going to be a matter of like committing a little more to the transition, keeping my shoulder turned into the transitions versus like safety netting it, which is what I'm doing right now. Now I'm at that point where I need to figure out how not to hang out on the top too long. That's a constant theme that takes you time to figure out. Normally it happens in time. You can't just do the trick seamlessly, perfectly right away. Although I'm hyped. I got confident to just kind of stay in the inside, keep that shoulder dipped in the inside versus like keeping it safe on the outside. So yeah, that really helped, just kind of committing to it more physically. I do want to try some on the pull cupping. I'm gonna try a couple more in that spot, just get comfortable with it. I think the pull cupping might help bonk me a little more. But yeah, overall now I think just gonna take some trial and error. The one thing I really want to correct, maybe get like one or two good ones where I don't stay on the deck too long. Like ideally you just smack that tail and you drop in. Like that's what the coolest body jars look like. Like it's all one motion. Right now it's a little bit of a two motion thing. Like I'm going up, stopping, then going in. I want to try to do it all in one. Let's see if we can get it a little cleaner, a little more consistent essentially. Or not consistent, sorry, a little more one motion. This is a pretty good progression session for me, honestly. Like sometimes I come and I don't do what I want to do, which gets me to the next one, is expectations. As much as I'm like progressing today and this is really cool and I'm excited, I'm making a video about it, I'm probably not going to show you the days that are really bad skate days, which do happen. So I think it's important to like mention that, like having a good skate session, progressing session, but it doesn't always go my way. And also I try to lower my expectations. So when I came out today, I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to get body jars round 2, obviously, but I was also like, if I don't get them, it's okay. I'm hyped just to get out and go skate. So yeah, I think like, especially when you're like, you know, over 25 years old, you gotta like just enjoy your session. So yeah, super hyped. I'm gonna try a few more in the bigger pull coping just to kind of get scared. I think they're pretty good. They're looking good. I'm not trying to be egotistical, but I'm really happy with myself right now. The one thing that I am still doing that I don't really like is like I'm staying on the deck kind of long. I'm trying to make it faster, but I think that'll happen over time. Like the more I skate, and just every time I go skate transition, do a couple inverts and do a couple body jars. Let's try some on the pull coping and see if I can get a few. Alright, well, that is my progression session for the day. Hopefully some of these tips going along with me learning the new trick can give you inspiration or give you some feedback on how you can learn new tricks too, because it's not always just about the trick itself. It's about the obstacle, getting there, building up your mental confidence. Pretty hyped on some of the ones I got on the pull coping. Not mad about it. There's one where I bailed. It was really scary, but even that is like a good part of the process. Learning how to fall from your tricks is just as important as landing them. Hit that like button, smash.